Welcome to this working limestone quarry. Quarrying has been carried out for the past 3,000 years. Today we are going to learn about how limestone is quarried and how it is used. We will also see how the quarrying companies work together with environmentalists and the local communities, so that when quarrying has finished, the sites are left as assets to local communities. Unfortunately, this was not always the case, and in the past, quarries were sometimes left in a poor state. There have been many improvements to the quarrying process in recent years which have helped to improve these problems. We will now go through the quarrying process, beginning with the question, why do we need quarries? In order to travel anywhere, we need roads and railways, both of which are major users of limestone. Our entire transport infrastructure relies on the products of quarrying. The construction of the motorway system and improvements to the major roads, which was necessary after the Second World War, depended on the products of quarries. As more people wanted holidays abroad, more airports were needed. Runways, airports, and the factories the planes are built in all use a lot of stone. If you go abroad on holiday, the hotel and swimming pool will probably have been built with concrete, which is made from limestone. There is virtually nothing you use or enjoy which does not use the products of quarrying. Your local leisure centre, supermarkets, McDonald's, public buildings, Anfield Football Stadium, churches, the bus station, even your hometown would not exist without quarrying. Even more surprising is that the products of quarrying are used in the manufacture of a large variety of items such as toothpaste, sugar, glass, tablets and medicines, and even in cosmetics. Quarrying is as essential now as it has ever been. Our ancestors hacked out a few rocks to make their caves more comfortable. The Egyptian slaves quarried rocks to build the pyramids 3,000 years ago. And Stonehenge was built using rock from the Preseli Hills in Pembrokeshire. Over 1,000 years ago, our ancestors built castles for defence, the remains of which can be found today all over the country. While quarries are in use, often for between 50 to 100 years, they provide employment for many people. Not just the quarry workers. There are explosive experts, drillers, geologists, planners, machine operators, truck drivers, accountants, and engineers. All these people bring custom to local businesses. The quarrying process begins with the managers planning the blast. When they are ready, they call for the drilling rig. It has diamonds on the end, which are used because they are one of the hardest materials in the world. They are industrial diamonds, not cut and polished like those used in jewellery. The driller first drills holes along the cliff edge so that the safety rail can be erected, so that nobody falls over the edge whilst they are working. Safety is paramount, and there are strict rules governing how the work is carried out. After all the holes have been drilled, the explosive team arrives to place the charge in. The bags containing the explosive, which is called ammonium nitrate, are dropped into the holes. Next, a detonator is dropped to the bottom of each hole. The fuse is wrapped around a stone to stop it dropping to the bottom. And finally, each hole is plugged and stemmed with shovels full of ground. The quarry is then cleared of people and machines, and the siren is sounded to warn of the impending blasts. If you look closely, you might see a flash before the blast. Each hole is detonated milliseconds after the other, in order to reduce the vibration. After the blast has been checked, the all-clear siren is sounded to let the men and machine drivers know that it is safe to go back to work. They start to load the dumper trucks, which will bring the rock to the surface. The excavator shovels the rock and fills up the dumper trucks one after another. Some of the rocks are so large that another machine is used to break them up. The excavator then makes certain that the rock face is safe and that no rock will fall. The loaded trucks carry the stone to the primary crusher. They weigh 40 tons or more and can only travel at 10 miles per hour. At the top, the rock is tipped into the primary crusher, where it is broken down into smaller rocks. From the primary crusher, the rock passes to the secondary crusher, which breaks it up into even smaller pieces, from where it is graded into different sizes, depending on its eventual use. The large pieces are used for the foundations of roads, airports, and buildings, while the smaller pieces go to make concrete and asphalt for road surfacing. Customers order what they want, and lorries come to collect the load from the quarry. This truck has come to collect asphalt, so it is sprayed with water to stop the load sticking to the inside of the lorry. It is loaded by a computerized loading system. The lorry is insulated to keep the asphalt hot until it is used. The driver then puts a cover or sheet over his load to keep anything from falling out onto the roads, and drives the lorry through the wheel wash in order to clean the wheels of dust and mud before going onto public roads. It is then driven onto the weighbridge and is weighed full so that the quarrying company knows how much stone the customer has to pay for. The lorries cannot weigh more than 45 tons, as this would cause problems when using the brakes and would also cause damage to the roads. Both the quarry and the haulier could be fined by the police if the lorries are overloaded. The trucks then take the stone to where it is needed. It may be for the construction of a new road or playground, or for sea defences to stop coastal erosion, or a runway to speed you on your next holiday. Today, quarrying companies work together with local planners, wildlife groups, geologists and residents in order to reduce the impact of quarrying. In this quarry, landscaping has been carried out around the boundary to lessen the visual impact and to keep some of the noise and dust within the quarry site. Worked out rock faces have had the topsoil replaced and seeded, and thousands of indigenous trees and shrubs have been planted to blend in with the natural landscape. Stone walls are being rebuilt using traditional skills, and viewing platforms are being created from which the public can view the quarry site safely. Fossils of shells and coral are sometimes found in the limestone, providing evidence that this land was under a shallow, tropical sea 350 million years ago. There is a pool of water in the bottom of this quarry, which has been formed by rainwater and snow draining through the limestone rock. The chemical reaction between the rain, which is acidic, and the limestone, which is alkaline, causes the water to be this lovely colour. Ponds have been created within the grounds, and silted up natural ponds have been restored, which have developed into good habitats for wildlife. Paths have been created through the woodlands which the quarry owns, where rare plants such as herb paris flourish. The surrounding fields are let out to local farmers for grazing. After restoration, quarry sites may be used for different purposes. Some are used as landfill sites, which fulfills a very necessary function for local towns and cities. Others are used as nature reserves, or for water sports, or fishing lakes. Today, most quarries are left as useful sites for the local community. We hope you have enjoyed learning about the quarrying industry and why quarrying is necessary.